It has been so cold here for the past like week and a half. I don't know where you guys live at in the world, but I live in Fargo, North Dakota, which if you don't know, I think I can get to the Canadian border in about 2 hours if I really book it, maybe 3. It's been below zero degrees for the past like week and a half. Which if you've never felt sub-zero temperatures, it's fucking cold. Like your fingertips and toes will go numb in like minutes, like 5 minutes or less. You can get frostbite in like 1-2 minutes when it's like super cold and windy and shit. But dude, today it is finally a little bit warmer again. I mean, it's 32 degrees, so right around freezing, but we got some snow. But luckily it's melty. You know, let's get going, huh? Let's get out of here. Let's go home. Luckily though, it's melting, and we did a lot of melting. We got a good amount of snow early on this year, but nothing like no massive storms or anything. And since it's been so cold, it literally cannot snow at a certain point because of like lack of moisture, whatever. I'm not a meteorologist. Someone actually just told me that yesterday, and I knew that, but like I had forgotten it. You know, when you know something but you misplace that specific piece of information somewhere in your brain, and you know it, but like you don't recall it because there's no reason to recall it, and it's not like a super relevant thing, so you just never really think about it. But then all of a sudden somebody will say something, or you'll see something, and it makes you like, oh yeah, hey, actually I have like a whole lot of information on certain topics that I just never even think about, because that's kind of how, I don't know, I guess that's kind of how the brain works. Anyways, guys, it's Thursday, January 9th here for me. We hit shoulders today, mixed a little forearms in today as well too, just because I felt like, you know, it would have been a really short and kind of unfulfilling workout, because going a little easier on shoulder workouts and chest days and stuff right now because of my shoulder impingement. You know, don't want to irritate or aggravate that. Again, so shortly after spending like 6-7 weeks rehabbing and taking a break from jiu-jitsu and chest days as well, I swear my chest shrunk so much, and it's probably not noticeable to anyone else, but I feel like I have the chest of a 5-year-old boy. It's sad, but that could just very well be body dysmorphia. But yeah, dude, I decided to switch back to single muscle group other than leg day. Leg day, you know, we'll hit quads, we'll hit hams, we'll hit glutes, we'll hit calves, we'll hit adductors, abductors, we'll hit all that good stuff. But as far as every other day, you know, this week I did chest, then back, then legs. Today I did shoulders and forearms. Tomorrow I'll do arms. Oh, why didn't you do forearms on arm day? Because I want to do like 10 sets of curls, bro. And I want to kill my triceps. And I need some time, you know? So that's why. Out of that very simple switch that I just made can come a decent lesson. And that lesson is do what works for you. You know, if you're trying to improve your life, you're trying to become a more disciplined person, you're trying to get in shape, you're trying to eat healthier, you're trying to read more, you're trying to go on social media less, or maybe you're trying to convert yourself from a consumer to more of a producer on social media. Do what works best for you. And the only true way to figure out what does work for you, what works best for you, is trial and error, and just actually getting up and swallowing that horse pill and just doing it. Getting rid of fear, or I guess a better way to say it would be disregarding fear and saying, despite this, I'm going to set out and attempt this and continue to attempt and make attempts over and over and over again. Despite if I fail 50 times, even if I fail 500 times, I'm going to keep going. Einstein failed like 1,000 times to create the light bulb, but he kept fucking attempting, and eventually he created the light bulb. You got to do what works best for you, and you got to get out there and you got to try, and you got to go through trial and error. You know, you can go on YouTube and search up videos on anything and everything on how to how to become a better person, how to get a good morning routine, best workout routines. And it's good to go and use information that's out there and learn from knowledgeable people who have already taken these steps, right? Learn from me, or others on YouTube, or Google some different articles and stuff, and like, yes, draw inspiration. But so many people will watch one video or read one article and copy everything word for word and try to do that, and they give up after a week or two, and they're like, I don't like this. Well, it's because it's not catered to you. It's catered to the person who made that article or made that YouTube video, right? So you can pull one or two, or maybe even half, or like all but one of the things from somebody's routine, from somebody's morning routine, workout routine, meditation routine, you name it. But at the end of the day, somebody else's routine step by step isn't going to work for you as good, as well as it's going to work for them. It might work pretty dang good. You might see good results, but you're not going to see the best possible results. And maybe you're not after the best possible results. That's okay too. But in my strong personal opinion, the only way to truly stay committed to things in the long term, where you're truly going to see great success and great results and become a different person than you ever imagined yourself being, is by figuring out exactly what works best for you. I've been working out for going on 4 years now consistently. But as far as when I first started, 24 now, like 11, 12 years off and on. And three years and like 8 months. So coming up on 4 years, very consistently. And I started out with single muscle group. Well, I started out just doing anything and everything. I just pick up a pair of dumbbells and like, all right, let's do something. Let's move. So I was kind of doing anything and everything right away. But after the first few months, I actually developed a legitimate program to follow, and that was single muscle group days. And since then I've tried Arnold split, I've tried push pull legs, I've tried upper lower, I did full body for a little bit. I've done many things. I've done many different splits, many different programs, but every time I cycle back to single muscle group days, I don't know, it's just something about the speed with which you can move through a workout, at least the way I program them, and just the directed pump, the focused pump, the centralized pump, whether it's a full-on chest pump or back or arms, shoulders, legs, you name it. Everything about it just is right for me, and it just really is good for me. I don't know how else to explain it other than it just feels fucking phenomenal. And will it take you 3 years and 8 months to figure some things out for yourself on how you truly like to do them, what truly works best for you? Yeah, it will. Some things it's going to take even longer. There are many things in my life that I have nowhere near figured out yet, and that's okay, because we just wake up every day with the goal of getting a little bit better. And if we're able to do that 90% of the time, wake up and get 1% better at least that day after day, 5-10 years from now, there's no reason why we aren't going to be in very, very desirable positions in life. And there's no reason why we won't have others looking at us the way we may look at people now and say, God, must be nice. How did they do that? I wish I could do that. What's their secret? Maybe they were just born that way. They just worked their asses off. And they just kept getting up every day and said, screw it, I don't care. I didn't get any results yesterday, but I know I'm getting better, so I'm going to keep doing it. And the way they do that is they find out what works best for them. At the end of the day, people who have become insanely successful, risen to the top, don't care what other people are doing, and they're not copying others. Sure, they might look and get inspiration every now and then, or somebody might tell them about something that other people have started to do. And, maybe it's as simple as adding like a new supplement into their daily supplements that they take, or, trying out a different exercise within one workout of the week, small things. But you have to figure out what works best for you. And I guess I should rephrase that. You don't have to, and I can't make you. But if you tell yourself that you want to be successful, you want to be great, you want to do some amazing things, you want to set your family up, why tell my kids to look up to other great men or great women that the world has seen? Like, why can't they look up to me? Why can't I be one of those great men and women that not only my kids but others look up to and draw inspiration from as well? I don't know, man. I feel like my mindset has always been like that. Like, obviously, yeah, if kids are on your mind, like, you want them to be proud of you, you want them to love you and not be embarrassed by you, right? But no shit, everybody wants that if they're gonna have kids. But I don't know, something flipped in my mind, and I don't even know when, but at a certain point, something flipped in my mind where it's like, oh yeah, and I can make that happen. Because before it was just kind of like, oh yeah, and hopefully I become something that people can be proud of. Now it's like, nah. I'm going to make myself into something that people can be proud of. I'm going to make myself into a person that can provide for his family, and not just his immediate family, but the family that came before him and laid the foundation for him to have these great opportunities. And I want to be the person that can provide for his family so far in the future that none of them even remember meeting me in real life, but they're still going to know my name. That's who I'm striving to be every single day. And yeah, we might be a long ways away from that right now, and we might not even ever reach that. But that's the goal. That's the vision. It's not even a dream. I don't want to call it a dream anymore, because by calling something a dream, I mean, it's okay to say that too, as long as you're, but I just feel like by calling something a dream, it's almost like saying, you know, it's something that can only exist in fantasy land, right? When you're sleeping, when you're laying in bed at night. You know, I don't know about you, but I've had countless dreams over my life that while I was in them, man, amazing. Then you wake up and you go through that slow realization of like, oh no, that was a dream. Shit. And I'm dreaming about being 30, 40 years old and seeing my mom and dad just going anywhere and everywhere they want in the fucking world on a whim because they can, because I made that a possibility. And I dream about seeing my current girlfriend, future wife, and future mother of my children, our children, sorry, never having to work a day in her life again if she doesn't want to, and being able to spend as much time with our kids as possible. And I see our kids, you know, growing up and being raised to know that they have value and nobody can take that away from them, and giving them the opportunity from a very young age to pursue anything and everything that lights their heart on fire and you know, lights them on fire and gets them fired up and revved up and ready to fucking wake up in the morning and excited to take on life. That's what I want to do. I don't care about any material amount sitting in my bank account, never doing anything. I don't care if people know who I am. I truly don't. I just have a vision of providing everything I possibly can for those that I love around me. And it's hard to be, well, I don't want to use the word motivation, but it's hard to slack off when the moment you feel laziness, you go into that place in your head, and you're just like, you know, where you either go and you say, this is hard, fuck this, I'm quitting, I'm done, I'll do a little more tomorrow, or I'll come back and I'll hit the workout extra hard tomorrow, whatever. Or you go in there and you say, if you fucking quit right now, you're gonna quit tomorrow, and you're gonna quit the next day, and sooner or later you're not even gonna be coming in here anymore. You're not even gonna be eating healthy anymore. You're gonna revert back to fucking McDonald's every other day, bro, and gross. Don't fucking do that. And oh yeah, you were supposed to do 4 sets, but you're gonna call it at 3 because you're a little fatigued and you're a little sore from yesterday. God, you're being a fucking pussy, dude. And pussies don't get what they want out of life. Pussies get pushed around by other people and by life their entire existence. Don't be a pussy, man. Just keep going. By no means anybody but myself putting this pressure on me. It's me saying, hey man, you told yourself you wanted to do this. You wanted to make these things a reality for these certain people that you love and that have set up the foundation for you to even have this opportunity. And they worked their asses off to give you the best life you possibly could have up to this point. And even now they're still helping out where they can. And you're gonna fucking quit because you're a little tired. Oh my God, get the fuck up. But when I think about my future children being let down, being disappointed in me, when I think about my mom and dad, being disappointed, and they're never gonna be disappointed unless I went to jail or some shit. When I think about my girlfriend being disappointed because she knew that I had much more to give, much more to go, but I just chose not to. Oh, fuck that shit. I'm getting my ass back the fuck up and putting in another 15, 20 minutes, whatever I have to give, man. Whatever I have to give. I have to be on the ground crawling before I'm going to quit. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat good food so my body can recharge and refuel and recover. And I'm going to get as good a sleep as I possibly can. And I'm going to get the fuck up and I'm going to do it again tomorrow. Whatever that looks like for that individual day. Do what works best for you. Maybe you think I'm a psychopath after that last few minutes, but hey man, that's cool. Because in all honesty, there's not a whole lot of room up at the top, and the earlier you fall off, the more space I know there's going to be, the more potential I know there's going to be for me to claim one of those spots. Compete with yourself, man, and just remind yourself that for however hard you're working, there's motherfuckers out there going twice as hard. That means they want the shit that you claim you want twice as bad as you, and they're going to get it twice as fast as you unless you make some changes. But at the end of the day, do what works best for you, man. If you made it to the end, I truly appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.